How you doing, YouTube? Matt. Massive Beer Reviews. Back to get another review. A little bit of fruited sourness. Barrel-aged fruited sourness on today's Massive Beer Review with Adelbert Brewings Cranberry Sour. Barrel-aged. There you go. Adelbert's. Haven't had really any exposure except for one of their beers because I actually reviewed one of the other ones yesterday. Never had anything from these guys. Didn't even know about them, and ended up getting a couple Texas beers from viewers actually, showing me what Texas is all about. And a friend of mine traveled to the West Coast and kind of came back east and picks them up. And Texas is kind of blowing up. I mean, we know about the Shiners and the Jester Kings and the whole thing. But I kind of looked around and I saw this brewery, and yeast-based Belgian influenced brewery, right up my alley. They were kind enough to send some beers off for me to drink and to yammer into the camera for. So, yeah, here we go. As far as what it says on a bottle, it says Adelbert's Brewery Vintage Series Cranberry Sour. This is their first foray. I just actually looked into this a little bit more today just because I was curious about the distribution. And it's their first foray into fruited sours. It's a cranberry sour, barrel-aged ale, aged in oak barrels, bottle conditioned. Brewed and bottled in Texas. And on the side here it says, cranberry sour delivers notes of subtle funk, like cranberries and dryness that culminates in a distinct sourness. Finishes with a lingering cranberry fruitness that leaves you coming back for more. Like others in its series, we hand select a blend of base beers combined with varying yeast strains, and they are then aged at least 18 months in barrels. So that's pretty nice. They're not going the whole 6-month route. Pair the salad with candied nuts, roasted pork, or apple pie. Let's see, 55 to 60. This is at 55 exact. Store upright. Batch number 1, bottled on 4/10/2017. So yeah, label-wise, I dig it. Kind of cool. It reminds me of kind of like a I don't know, the label like a Worcestershire sauce. I can't even say that word. I don't know. I dig it. It's got a creepy little Mark Maron looking good dude. I'm assuming that's the brewer. So actually, you know what? It's probably the brother. I read into it. Then the brewery's an homage to the brewer's brother, I believe. It's probably his picture, but yeah, it's kind of a little serious-looking dude on there. Anyway, label's not too shabby. Let's give this a pop. See what she's got. Pull it off. Let's see how easy. Oh yeah, she's a sour. That cork definitely wanted to be out of there. So we're thankful for the cage. Otherwise, this thing would have popped a long time ago. Give this a pour. She's coming off lighter than I thought she would be. You're typically talking about a cranberry fruited beer. I always assume it's going to be a little bit more reddish. This is coming out very peachy in color. Not absolutely, without a doubt, not necessarily a bad thing. Just, preconceived notions. They go a long way. Index finger of a head that is almost gone. Just off white in color. And like I said, it has that kind of peachy, kind of nectarine, somewhere in between there kind of color going on. Soft kind of fleshy colors combined with a little bit of reddishness, a little bit of brown, a little bit of orange. Kind of looks a little bit like a little tangy in color. It's not necessarily a bad thing. A little bit more milky, a little bit more organic looking. So yeah. Okay. I didn't take any heartburn pills, so I'm kind of nervous. Let's get a nose on her. Oh, that smells good. Ooh, bright. Bright. See, cranberries can really fucking hit me really hard. Cranberries, if I eat them and my belly's just kind of in the mood, man, they'll just fucking light me up with heartburn. Again, it might happen actually in the taste, but on the nose, there's a really nice matured, ripened kind of cranberryness. A lot of cranberries, if you let them go a little bit too long, not necessarily in a good way. You don't want to eat them once they get too soft, but they lose a bit of that acidity, lose a little bit of that bite, become more traditional where you'd want to eat a typical fruit, but not necessarily what cranberry should be. So it's skewing that way. Think about it this way. It's skewing a little bit more like cranberry sauce than actual cranberries. I'm not saying it's candied or canned or synthetic like that, but it's more that vibe than a kind of hard, taut, fresh cranberry. Listen, I was born and raised in Jersey. Jersey knows anything. They know 3 things. Tan. Have a tan. Spray tan. Not a real tan. Pizza, because all the good pizza. Well, actually, I should say 4. Let's lump 2 together. Pizzas and bagels. The best pizzas and bagels come out of New Jersey. Okay, let's just tangent real quick. Sorry, Adelberts, but I have a problem with pizza. Chicago, local to me. If you don't know about it, look it up. Old Forge. They think their pizza's king shit of fuck mountain. Your pizza sucks. It doesn't necessarily suck as far as flavor. It's just not pizza. Real pizza comes from Jersey. It's a fucking slice. It's not a fucking tray. It's not whatever. It's a slice of pizza. You grab it. You can fold it if you want to. I don't give a shit about a fold versus a non-fold. Whatever. It's going to be greasy. It's going to be thin. And it's going to be fucking delicious. And it comes from Jersey or maybe New York City, not upstate. And the bagels are awesome. So, and the other thing to know is cranberries. Cranberries, I think it's if it's probably not still, but it was one of the biggest exports or one of the biggest cranberry producing states in the country. So I grew up there, know my cranberries. Tangent over. Let's get back into the nose. Yeah. Bright, sweet cranberries, not overly super acidic. There's a really aggressive carbonation going on here. You're not going to be able to see it because it's right down dead center. I don't know if there's a little agitator in this glass. There probably is. But it smells beautiful. Let's put it that way. Now I'm going to dive in, see what she's got. Cheers. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of heartburn juice in there. She's nice. I thought she was going to be a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more. I don't want to use the word impactful. A little bit more kind of beefy with its flavor. A little bit more full. It's a little bit kind of less full than I was hoping for, but still nice beer. A definite bright, striking acidity there, but nothing too crazy. It's definitely not your enamel ripping craziness that you would get from some breweries. The cranberries come off nice. They are a bit more of that kind of traditional non-candy kind of cranberry. Got that little heartburn creeping up on me now. And the carbonation is really fun. The body's really nice. It's a nice beer. The oak, it says oak barreled. Sometimes people say that and they actually mean spirit. Definitely didn't hit a spirit barrel. Hit an oak barrel. Or if anything, it actually is like kind of maybe oaked somewhere. Well, it does actually say barrels though, doesn't it? Yeah, barrels. So there's a nice dryness to it. That's from the oak. But nothing too crazy. Just to give you that extra added dimension. Really nice beer. Something I like to age. Let's put it that way. It's nice. I think it's tasty. But at this being bottled January, February, March, April 2017. This being August. 4 months old. I think it needs a little bit more time. Let's put it that way. In order to develop into something pretty fantastic. It's tasty. I would never, ever push this beer away. Let's put it that way. It's drinkable, yet impactful, but I think there's a little bit more to the beer that just only time is going to give it. It's well done though. I'll give it that. Got a little spiciness now. It's probably coming from the yeast. It's not. It's a lot of people trying to make beers like this and they fail miserably. This is just more of, again, like I said, the first foray into these fruited sours. They are very gentle with the fruit, which I appreciate. A lot of breweries actually want to go really heavy-handed on the fruit because then it appeals to a wider market and becomes like sour candy. They're gentle with the fruit. The beer is still the star of the show. I just think there's a maturity thing that only time will help kind of wring out of this beer. And I don't think it's a long haul thing. I think give it another year and it'll probably be a markedly more impactful and more better words beer for me. But at the same time, pretty damn tasty stuff. And the quality of the beer itself is the thing that actually kind of stands out to me too. Even though it's not like, oh my god, blowing me away in this, it's so well made. You know what I mean? It's so clean. Are you even allowed to go clean on sour beers? Is that a thing I could do? I'm going to do it. It's so well made. It's not kind of like half-ass sour, if that makes any sense, which is super fucking awesome. Let's go with awesome. So yeah, let's talk about it. It's one of the better fruited sours that I've had as of late. On the edge, somewhere in between, not on the outside, not on the inside, somewhere in between. It's just, like I said, given this bottle a year from now, I think it's a markedly different story. I think that oak hopefully stays where it's at, doesn't drop off too much, but the beer itself matures a little bit, becomes a little bit more impactful, a little bit more rounded, a little bit softer, but at the same time a little bit more robust. I think it's definitely in that conversation. Where it is now, it's on the edge, but I've had so many good ones as of late, so it's not just what I review, it's just what I have, and I have beers, a lot of beers outside of the review realm, so it's good, it's delicious, definitely worth picking up. Can you get it? Like I said, I looked in the distribution real quick. It looks like they get, Texas, just north of Texas, maybe it's that New Mexico, I don't know. Oddly enough, South Florida, and then I believe a little bit of California, maybe. So you might be able to get it. So if you see it in your into sours, price point, skipped over that, no idea. I was lucky enough to have it sent to me, so I don't know. But if you like what we like this, and should you pick it up? If you like sours, if you like, it's kind of like a more more. I don't want to say textbooky, because that's not the word I want to use. A little bit more. What's the word, man? Lacking those words right now. A little bit more. I'm gonna wait until I think of the word I want to use. What is this? It's a little bit more of a cautious. I'm gonna go with cautious. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm gonna go with it. Cautious version of the Guard Rare Barrel kind of beer. It's not as robust on the fruit side. It's not as aggressive on the sour side, but it gives you those kind of vibes. So if you like those kind of beers, you like this. If you like sours, if you like Belgian fruited sours, and if you like just well-made beers from a brewery that, my limited exposure, pretty damn good stuff so far. So if that's stuff you dig, hopefully you'll dig this. So there you go. Another review in the books. Down there, words and stuff you want to chime in on the stuff that I rambled about. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those places if you want to check me out anywhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice cranberry sour right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.